Welcome to Teacher IR's channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell button. Thank you! God bless! Mwah!
Good day, this is Teacher I, and in today's video, I am going to share with you about dyslexia, the characteristics, supportive teaching, and learning strategies of these kids who were diagnosed with dyslexia. So, yung isi-share ko lang po sa inyo na mga supportive teaching and learning strategies ay yung mismong na-experience ko din or mismong ginagawa ko doon sa aking mga kids na hinahandle ko with dyslexia. So, let's go. Let's learn more. So, dyslexia affects the areas of the brain that process language, and this is a learning disorder that shows difficulty in reading. So usually, alarm ka kasi the kids has difficulty in reading. Okay? So, parang yun yung hint na kailangan mo siyang ipacheck. So when you say dyslexia, complex condition that affects reading, writing, or spelling. Is it affecting their writing and spelling? Wherein we only know that it has difficulty in reading. It could affect the writing and the spelling of the kids because they have these reversals of such letters. That's why it could affect the writing and the spelling of the child or the kid, so kid who is diagnosed with dyslexia. So the main characteristics of dyslexia, they are confused with the letters B, D, P, Q, or the M, W, N, and U. Kasi napagbabaliktad-baliktad nila. Like yung B, they could decode it or give the sound as D. And yung P, they could give us the sound as Q. So yun, may ganun po sila na characteristics. Although, okay, parents, usually yung kid natin, kapag younger years, they have these reversals naman po talaga. They, sometimes the parents would say, teacher, nalilito siya, or have difficulty or gets confused with the B and D. Nako, baka dyslexic na yung son ko or yung daughter ko. Okay, mommy and daddy, kapag po ang son or daughter nyo ay hindi pa naman po pumatong ng 7 years old, okay, so it's normal naman po na magkakaroon talaga sila ng difficulty or confused po talaga sila with the B and D, P and Q, or the M and W, and N and U. Pero, yun, usually the developmental pediatrician and the neurodevelopmental doctors, they would diagnose your kids with na merong dyslexia at age of 7. Okay, there. And the letters in words may be jumbled, like when you ask them to read the word so, they're going to read as was. Other characteristics or the learning characteristics is they have a lot of errors with the high frequency words, yung mga sight reading natin. Kasi ang tendency nila is makita pa lang yung start ng letter, feeling nila yun na yung word na yun. Like, so, F-U-N-N-Y, which is funny. So, they would regard this or read this as for. So, yun. Okay. And they have difficulty blending the sound and segmenting the word. So, pag sabing blending the sound, example, bat. So, they could give the sound, b-at. But difficulty to blend it. Okay? And when we say segmenting naman, yung kanyang, what do you call this, syllable. Another learning characteristics is that print becomes blurred, or letters or words appear to move. So, usually, if I had to evaluate the kids with dyslexia, I asked them, gumagalaw po ba yung word or umaalis ba siya doon sa what do you call this, sa worksheet. So pinapa-describe ko po muna so that I would have the knowledge kung paano ko po i-address yung difficulty niya. Their learning characteristics is having difficulty obtaining meaning from text and questions are misread. Okay, they also have difficulty copying words from the board. Okay, so they also unable to write legibly, quickly, and neatly. Kasi nga, pagtingin nila, gumagalaw. Or bali-baliktad po. Ayan po. So, those are the learning characteristics of dyslexia. So, teacher, if those are some of the learning characteristics, what are we going to do? Usually, I use colored pens to differentiate the letters, okay, or words in terms of readability. So, I use color blue in sa initial nila, and then I use color red dun sa middle. For example, I'm letting the kids read the CVC, so naka-color code. Okay, so para mas aware sila na, oh, this is another letter, and this is another letter. So I need to give the sound of each letter. And usually we do the first word of each sentence should be highlighted. Okay, so that they would know that this is another sentence. Okay, so ganun po yung gagawin. So iha-highlight or naka-color. So when we have this work on board, when we introduce to them or we are discussing using the whiteboard, we have to move from left to right. Okay, so left to right yung movement niya, and then top to bottom. Huwag po tayo, teachers, okay, huwag po tayong sulat sa gitna, sulat sa taas, sulat sa baba, kung saan-saan. So, that should be organized. So, from left to right, top to bottom. So, yun po yung movement niya. Okay? So, parang, it's just like we're introducing reading to kids. So when we introduce reading to kids, we usually move from left to right, and then pointing using our fingers, then moving in that way. So left to right, and then we're reading top to bottom. So ganun din po sa kanila. So again, the discussion should be from left to right when you have to introduce to them, and it should be top to bottom. Another, increase in space between words and lines. So, it would be good kapag mas malalaking font of letters ang ating gagamitin. And the students with dyslexia prefers to use oral ways to communicate what they learn. So, they usually want to talk than write. Okay, so those are some supportive teaching and learning strategies. Or if they really have a difficulty in reading, then you could read the text or the sentence to them, and then question after. So wag naman po yung they cannot read na nga, and then you will just keep on asking him or her to read that words. She or he is having difficulties. Okay, so you could read the text, lalo na pag sobrang daming text. So just read it to them and let them listen, and then question after. So here's the example of how I introduce to them, reading to them. So you could see there the first one is in blue, and the middle is in red, and we have so different color. And you could see also there's the an arrow, so it means they have to move from the blue letter going to the red and to the black one. So that's how are they going to move. And then it would be helpful if they are going to point it with their fingers, or you will be the one to point, so that they would know na this is the first one, this is the second, this is the last one. Kasi if you're not going to point and you will just let them read, well, they were going to read this bat as tab. Opo. So, kasi tendency nga nila, they could, without this orientation, yung tendency kasi nila is mag-read lang kahit saan. So, yun, always tell them, read from left to right, movement should be like this. Okay, so, yun should be like that. So, introduce mo lagi at laging, you have to always remind them to read the word from left to right, so that there will be no reversals. And to introduce, so another reminders or strategies, I let them use their hand to determine which is the B and the D. So kapag what do you call this, nakaharap sa kanila, so the left hand is the B and the right hand is the D. So, kung makikita mo yan sila, when they are going to read, gaganito muna sila. Kasi they're confused. So, gaganito. So, they will look that word bat as, saka sila b-at. So, yun, may hand gesture para sila ma-guide. So, as with the P and D, so P and Q, so gaganituhin mo lang. Okay, and ganyan. It's reverse. They have reversals with the B and D and the P and Q. So, how they are going to write? They're going to write the B as stick or line, half circle, while the letter D is C and line. In letter P, they're going to have first the line and half circle on top, while the letter Q is C and line down. Apa, so iyan. Okay, so with the reversals of M and W, kasi yun yung laging nangyayari. So M for McDo and W. This one is W. Yan. And this one is McDo. Yan. Okay, and in reading naman natin ng sentences, so you could see there naka-color blue yung ating start of the sentences to give them cue na this is the start of the sentence. Okay. So, I do hope you learn from this strategy of mine. Thank you for watching. God bless everyone. And please subscribe to my channel. My channel is Teacher IR. And thank you to all my super chatters and to my collab teams. Thank you so much for always supporting my my videos and my premieres. Thank you so much, and bye-bye. God bless everyone.